I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So welcome back to my weekly 5 in 5 series where I offer 5 decluttering tips in 5 minutes that will help you not only declutter your home, but also simplify your life. So today I'm going to talk about some sneaky little culprits that even the tidiest homes makes them look messy and feel chaotic. And they're called clutter magnets. So these are those spots in your home where your clutter seems to just magically accumulate. But don't worry, I've got 5 simple strategies that will help you identify and eliminate those clutter magnets for good. So let's get started. Tip number 1 is to identify the hotspots. So the first step in eliminating the clutter magnets is to identify the hotspots in your home. Walk through each room and notice where items tend to pile up. It could be the kitchen counter, the dining room table, or a chair in the bedroom where there's always clothes laying on it. Those are your clutter magnets. And once you know where they are, you can take action to stop the clutter in its tracks. Number 2 is to create clear zones. Once you have identified the clutter magnets, it's time to create clear zones to combat them. So designate a specific landing zone for the common items that tend to build up. So for example, you might find a really pretty decorative tray of some kind for the keys and also for the mail near the front door. Or it could be a designer basket for magazines and remote in the family room, so you always know where those go. By giving everything a designated spot or designated landing zone, you're going to prevent that clutter from spreading anywhere else. And tip number 3 is to implement one-touch rule. So now that you've established clear zones and landing zones, it's time to implement the one-touch rule. So this means that when you're picking something up, you deal with it right then and there. Whether it's putting it in a designated spot, whether it's filing it or discarding it. And this simple habit will prevent items from building up and turning into clutter magnets. Tip number 4 is schedule a weekly sweep. So even with the best intentions, clutter has a way of sneaking into your home. And that's why I recommend a weekly sweep of all the clutter magnets. Set aside, say, 10 to 15 minutes each week to tidy up those problem areas and clear off any items that don't belong and reset those zones so that they're neat and orderly again. And this weekly maintenance will keep your home neat and organized. And tip number 5 is all aboard and make it fun. So I really love this one. If you have kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because regardless of all that you might do to create specific areas for clutter magnets, if your family is not aware of them or if they're not on board, it'll just continue to collect clutter. So once you set up your clutter magnet zones, label them. You might even create a fun name for them that you can all laugh about because that's where those things go. But most importantly, get your family involved. Encourage them to put them back where they belong. Make them aware of the areas, so that tray, that basket. Challenge them to keep it clean and get them to buy into what you're trying to do. And at the end of the week, reward them. Maybe it's going to be making their favorite dinner or maybe a fun family outing of some kind. But that way, everyone gets excited about it and, you know, it's a shared responsibility. So the more everyone gets on board, the easier it will be for you to keep the clutter under control. So there you have it, my 5 quick tips to help you conquer these clutter magnets once and for all. So if you found these tips helpful, please like and share them with people who you think might benefit from them. And also make sure you subscribe to my channel. So I'll see you again at the same time next week.